So the lie began from the very beginning of time, right? And I can ask you one question right now. What does history tell us you about Africa? Who discovered Africa? If you write right now on Google who discovered Africa, you find out that is one white man that he came and discovered Africa. And you can ask yourself that how can you discover a place that already exists? How can you discover a place that people already live in that place? It is impossible, but that's what the history tells us. That's what people believe about Africa, that it was discovered by a white man. This guy, he came, and then he went back, he gave a report, and then the next we know is colonialism, because those guys, they sat somewhere to divide Africa like a piece of cake, because they discovered it, they own it, it belonged to them. But that is us. We discovered, we're the first people to know. And today you have a lot of people around the world that they think that Africa was discovered by them. Okay, let me tell you this, guys. Darkness has no power. Darkness has no power at all. Like darkness, it has no power. Why? If you're in the deep darkness, all right, you don't see anything. You don't see where you're going. You don't see what is next to you. And then you just turn light. In 1 second, that darkness disappears. So do you understand the importance of light in the midst of darkness? Okay, on the other hand, if you have light, it doesn't matter how much there's a deep darkness, it doesn't matter, but you always see something as long as there's a light. This is to tell you that, guys, in the midst of darkness, there's these bright moments that happen, and our job is to focus on that. Sometimes, there'll be a time we'll talk about the issues and everything and the struggles that are happening and how can we get over this, and there'll be a time that we channel our energy and we channel our hearts to something good that is happening. Hey, my people, it's good to see everybody. How are you guys doing today? I'm here again in Ethiopia. Most of y'all already know that. I actually got here today a couple hours ago after a long flight, 13 hours, with nonstop all the way from South Korea to Ethiopia. And I just got here. I took shower, and I'm here to give you guys a little bit of update, because I know that a lot of people are asking and wondering, why are you in Ethiopia? Why are you in Ethiopia? All right. First of all, guys, I just came back home. All right. I came back home. Let me pray a little bit before continue with this topic. God, I thank you for this moment that you've given us and this time to talk. I thank you. Thank you for bringing me here safe. And thank you for everything that is going to happen from today onward, because everything is going to happen in your timeline. I praise you in your precious name, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. All right. So you guys must be wondering, why am I here? First thing first, I'm here because Ethiopia is my home. All right. This is my home. I came back home. All right. When I was going to South Korea, I passed by here, and I was here with my friend GP. We didn't really get out the airport. It was just a transit, and we went all the way together to South Korea. And I got to tell you the truth. I didn't have a plan to come and to stop here and then to go back to Tanzania. No, I didn't have that plan. But as the days was kind of like approaching for me to leave, I realized that there's unfinished business I need to do right here home. I cannot just pass by. All right, I need to come here. I need to settle here for a couple of days. I need to do things that I'm supposed to do, and then I need to, to go back to Tanzania. But I'm gonna share with you guys some of the things. I'll let you guys know, very like openly. But some of the things I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm going to do. But as long as you keep in touch with our social media, as long as you're watching this YouTube channel, you will see what is coming. All right. There's 3 months ago, right now, 4 months ago, I came here to Ethiopia, and I did some of the episode. I did some of the stuff, and right now it's the extension of what I did back then. All right. One of the things that I can tell you guys that 4 months ago I came here and I did a video about the Museum of Science and Technology. I did an amazing video, and I gotta say this, guys, I was the first one. I was the first one to film the Museum of Science and Technology here in Ethiopia before it was done yet. All right, I did that 4 months ago, and it went viral because most of you guys watched it, most of you guys shared it, most of you guys loved it, most of you guys commented it, and you did all those kind of stuff. And while I was in Korea, I just found out that that museum is completed, right? It's completed. So it made sense for me to actually come here and to have another episode of the whole completed museum, because back then it was not completed, but right now it's completed. So basically I'm here to do that, to film the entire museum, science and technology, to make sure that I show the before it was done and after it's done. All right, that's one of the things that I'm here. I feel proud as an African. This is the biggest museum, science and technology museum in Africa, and I think it's the time to have our people to have this kind of stuff here in Africa. I hope we can have the best universities of science and technology in Africa, so that our people, instead of going outside, they'll actually go inside the countries of Africa and learn and study science. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to tell you this. Back in the days, what colonizers did is they came and they took all our grandparents and our grandmas who had like a lot of energy. They were smart, they were brave, they were courageous. They took them away, and they took them, to the States, to the UK, to some other parts of the world, for them basically to be slave back there. Back then, that's what they did. But they cannot do that today, because we know. All right, because that's one of the way that is very clear. So what is being done these days? Brain drain, and that's what we talk about all the time. Brain drain. That's what is being done. So most of A+ people in Africa, in our countries, most of them, they're gone. Most of them, they get scholarship. Like the moment let's say you're leading your country, you get a scholarship to go to another country, somewhere there outside of Africa. And you know what happens when you go out there? As soon as you graduate, you get a job, and you never even think about coming back home to Africa, because less than a month, some people, they receive $7,000, $10,000, $15,000. Are you going to think about going back to Africa where you don't even receive $1,000? Are you going to think about going back to Africa? No, you're not. So most of our A-list students, most of our A-list people, they go to abroad and they never come back. This is the new way of draining Africa, draining the intelligence of Africa, A+s of Africa, and leaving Africa with the way it is, with C+, D+, E, and F. Why those scholarships you're not giving to people who are getting F in class? Why don't you give them F? I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm just trying to questioning this right here, right? So I think it's a time for us to actually wake up. It's a time for us to actually, look, and it's a time for us to actually to be like, you know what? No, Africa, we need to wake up. And, why we need to wake up? We need to advance our education system, all right? We need to make sure that we have the best schools in Africa, so that our people, instead of running us away, we may give scholarship right here in the continent to study. If there's someone here got A+, is the leading in the country, let's say in Ethiopia, why do they have to go outside of the continent to study and then to end up there? I was talking the other day with the manager of Ethiopian Airline, and he told me, so what US does, if you go to the US, most of CEOs and most of people working in tech industries are Indians. And you know what they do? They take them there as usual. They bring them there in the country. They train them and they give them job and they give them green card and they become Americans. And right now they're leading against the CEO of Google, CEO of different other companies. They're actually Indians. But that even for Africans as well, for doctors outside there, they're there. While our people here in the continent are dying without having anything. So, anyways, I'm just saying that, guys, it's a time for us to wake up, and it's a time for us to see that this is the strategy, and we need to wake up. We need to save our people. We need to keep our people in the continent, all right? And we need to create good environment for them to stay in here, so that we may actually contribute to the continent. And the Science and Technology Museum that I'm going to film, it's one of the examples, and I hope we have many of them, across the continent. And I hope we have so many, schools and universities that will train our people to be in an international level of competition. You know what I'm saying? Not just in Africa, because man, you ain't my competition, all right? We lose the battle when we think that we are competitors within the continent. We already lost the battle. You lost the battle that you have not yet started. You've already lost. Our competition, people that we need to stand with, people that we need to compete with, not Africans, somewhere else outside there. All right. And we just need to do our own thing, because sometimes, competition is not really good if you do things with the motivation of competing with somebody else. No, you just do your best. You just give your all. You just give everything you got to make sure that you strive for excellence. All right. You might not get there, but you get somewhere close to there. And that's all that matters. So that's one of the things that I'll come to do. Second thing, man, you guys, that our first project in Swahili Nation One Africa, our first project is, smart farming, greenhouses. All right. We believe that food security is the most important thing to our people, and we don't want to see anyone dying because of the shortage of food. We don't want to see that, right? In this age of time, our people are dying because of shortage of food. I think it's ridiculous, and we don't want to see that ever again. So we're coming with a plan of doing smart farming and greenhouses to make sure that we have excessive amount of production, so that we may supply to our people inside the continent and eventually export outside the continent as well. We don't want to import food, because we don't trust that food that we import here. All right, so we're not just gonna stay here and criticize that, oh, you government, you people, don't import. No, we are coming with a solution. So when we stand and we say that do not import food, we'll show them that, look at this, we have thousands and thousands of acres. We've been growing this food. Why are you importing? This is the food we have been dealing with. We have been growing. We have been farming. Why are you importing food? Buy our food. Use our food for our people. So we are coming up with a solution, not just words, with a solution. Do not import food, but here is the food. Because it would be ridiculous if we sit here and we're like, do not import food, it's poison and this and this and this. It doesn't make sense. What is the solution? That's why we have a plan. Smart Farming Project, Africa Region Smart Farming Project. So I'm here because, recent, you guys know that Ethiopia is actually the second country right now to produce wheat. And the strategy that it was being done, by the government here, a couple months ago, and for a while, it was really brilliant. You gotta give credit to when it deserves. All right, it was a brilliant strategy, and because of that, right now Ethiopia is the second country, to producing like the highest amount of wheat in Africa. The first one, of course, is Egypt, and then you have Ethiopia, and then you have Algeria, the third one, right? So I'm here actually to find out, to learn, to ask questions, to see with my own naked eyes what has been done, to see these projects, so that as I go back home, we are going to implement things that we know that they can be helpful to us. We take them with us, and we're going to implement. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. All right, so we're here to learn. I'm here to learn. I'm here to see. I'm here to ask questions, and I'm here to understand. And again, I didn't even plan. Like I changed that decision. I made that decision when I was in South Korea just a couple of days ago before I got here. I changed my flight, because my flight was just straight here and then Tanzania, but I had to change to extend. All right, so that's the second thing. And the third thing, I was remembering one thing. Yeah, the third thing, guys. The third thing, you guys know that, a long time ago when I was in South Korea, I did this, an episode of the War Memorial of South Korea. I did that. And, there's actually the same memorial here in Ethiopia as well. So I want to tell the story from the Africa's perspective, because at that time I told the story from Asian or South Korean or Korean's perspective about what Ethiopia did in back in the days in that war. And right now I'm here to do the same thing in Ethiopia perspective as well. That's another thing that, and another project that I'll be dealing with, I'll be doing. Another project, guys, I gotta mute a little bit. You guys will see. You will see, because it's gonna be here. You'll see when it comes. And as well, there's so many. There's one member of our family. She's actually here. She has been with us, for a while. Our sister Jerina. So we'll be doing something with that. And also another project is, you guys, that we have created the anthem, the song for Swahili Nation One Africa, and one of the artists that is singing that song is Kemi the rapper. All right, he has already sent his file. He did an amazing job. He created the bar all the way to the top. So I'm also here to kind of like finishing up that song, to add some vocals to the song and all this stuff. So we'll be having some studio session, to add that song right here in the land. All right here, my home. All right, yeah, I'm excited for that. So you're coming. I'm here to do that as well. And some other thing, like, let me just leave it aside. All right, let me just leave it aside. I don't want to give everything that I'm here for, but to be honest, that I'm not gonna be here for so long. Hopefully, because I always end up extending my time. I'm not gonna be here for that so long, and every single day is just fully packed and booked with different projects and activities that we're going to do here. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to be here home. And today I'll be releasing the vlog here. So I want you guys to actually come in to see. It will be coming in 1 hour. Yeah, because right now it's 3. So it'll be coming here in 1 hour. And I hope you guys can get to see that in 1 hour. Actually, I keep receiving a phone call here. So I believe this is something related to our work here. Let me see. Okay, maybe this was one of text, because I cannot even, guys, I have Ethiopian number. I have Ethiopian number. I got it when I come here first time. Okay, I got it and I still have it. So I have, my home number as well. Yeah. So guys, that's the reason why I had to stop by, because if you cannot do now, then when are you gonna do it? All right, it's the moment to to do it, and I'm really excited. I got here, the vlog that you guys will see, I got here, and man, my heart was just full with tears, just full with tears, because first of all, I want to appreciate, obviously, Ethiopian airline. And of course, I want to appreciate Ethiopia in general. For everything. For everything. The love has been overwhelming, and it has been incredible. It has been I said this in my tweet. I say that for the first time when I came here today, I don't know, there's different kind of energy I always get, and every time it hits me in a very different way. Today when I was just in a car, because today I actually experienced the VIP reception. I didn't know that they prepared that. Again, shout out to to people who are standing with me, to Ethiopia. So I didn't expect that. I was getting out the plan, and they kept me to be the last person, and this guy came with my name on the paper, and we're just walking by. And so I was wondering, I was wanting to go to the immigration side, but I was taken by the by the Ethiopian airline car, right? I was taken and all the way go to the VIP lounge, the way that VIP are using. So I was actually a VIP here today. That's the experience I had at the airport, and it was incredible. Like, it was really incredible. It was incredible. And I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I got as we were walking by the airport and coming to where I am right now, it hit me so bad, so hard, and so I was just looking at this, Africa, banners all across the Addis. You'll see that everywhere, and every time that spirit that I felt it again. Of course, you feel like home, and also you feel like, man, this is Africa. You feel like that, Yeah, it hit me so bad. Like today, the feeling I had today, it hit me so bad. And for the first time, I felt, strongly felt that, oh, maybe I should get a house here. I felt very strong, for the first time. So it's truly home. It's truly home for me, and appreciate for the love and for everybody who actually commented and left a text. I received a call from Dr. Sadeke as well. It was incredible. It was amazing. Um, so yeah, it's home, and the good thing about Ethiopia, it's a home for all Africans. If you have never been here, just come, man. You'll experience what I'm saying right now. All right, it's the capital city of Africa, and you know the vlog that I'm releasing today, it says we all have issues. We all have issues. I really want to encourage you guys to watch that vlog, because it's true, we all have issues. And I want you guys to watch that. All right, I don't want to spoil anything here, but I want you guys to watch that. If you haven't turned on the notification button, let me share this link in the comment section right now for you guys to actually go and to watch this. All right, like this stream and like this video as well that I'm sharing with you guys here on the screen. All right, we all have issues. I kind of like share a little bit of my experience with the that VIP welcome, and a little bit speech at the end, so you can like this video. And I just share the link there. Yeah, we all have issues. You ain't alone. All right. Yeah, you're not alone. We all have issues, and you get the message. You get the message. You get the message from this video, and I hope you guys will enjoy the first video in Ethiopia here. And I just cannot wait to do so many. And let me remind you guys, tonight as well, Max will be coming here. We'll be having a session of poverty-free Africa. I want you guys to come and to support Max. His stream is already here online. You go and like that. It'll be amazing. But I'm not gonna leave you just like this. I need to finish like this. That let's take a moment to be grateful of everything. Everything. I know I feel grateful right now, all right, but I'm always saying the same thing about being grateful, because when you're grateful, it creates a different kind of energy that it generates something inside of you. It helps you to see the good side and what is happening, right? There's a darkness and there's a light, right? And let me share with you guys this message a little bit. I've been talking a lot about this. Look this out. Check this out.
Okay, let me tell you this, guys. Darkness has no power. Darkness has no power at all. Like darkness, it has no power. Why? If you're in the deep darkness, all right, you don't see anything. You don't see where you're going. You don't see what is next to you. And then you just turn light. In 1 second, that darkness disappears. So do you understand the importance of light in the midst of darkness? Okay, on the other hand, if you have light, it doesn't matter how much there's a deep darkness. It doesn't matter, but you always see something as long as there's a light. This is to tell you that, guys, in the midst of darkness, there's these bright moments that happen, and our job is to focus on that. Sometimes, there'll be a time we'll talk about the issues and everything and the struggles that are happening and how can we get over this. And there'll be a time that we channel our energy and we channel our hearts to something good that is happening.
Come on. And guess what? That time is now. That time is now. I am here to remind you again, the light. That light is so much stronger than the darkness we see. And when we look at the light, it generates inside of us hope. It generates this righteous anger that will lead you to actually do something to create change. You understand what I'm saying? I said before that we can tell our people, we can tell Africa, our government, our leaders that, hey, stop importing food, stop importing food. But if we don't come with a plan B, they ain't gonna stop. So the plan B is the project we are doing, Soil Nation One Africa, coming with a smart farming project, greenhouses, produce something, and then we can demand that, you know what, we are not going to import anything outside of Africa. We are going to export, and here is the solution. You understand? So it's changing of our mindset that the mindset of complaining, the mindset of blame game, the mindset of victimizing, to the mindset of actually doing something and bring about solution. I always say this, that if you see the problem, that means you are the solution. If you hear, if you feel that this is a problem, you have to know that you are the solution. But most of the time we see this is the problem and we just go ahead pointing out, we just go ahead complaining about it, we just go ahead, getting pissed off, we just go ahead losing our hope. It ain't gonna change anything. You see the problem, you are the solution. And trust me, the power is in the people. And I shared that video the other day. I hope you guys can watch that as well. I was asked this question about, leaders and all this stuff. And I say this, the power is in the people. If we decide to stop, we can stop. If we decide to change, we can change. If we decide to come together, we can come together. It all lies down to us, the people. So how can we make sure that everybody is aware of this message? Well, we're going to talk, we're going to speak, we're going to meet, we're going to do everything we can for everyone to hear our message and to come together as one, to stand together as one, and to bring about change. Guys, I love you, and I'll talk to you very soon. Please, today at 4 p.m., like a couple minutes from now, we'll be releasing another episode. Please go and watch that. But also, I'm not going to leave you just like this, all right? I'm not going to leave you just like this. I'm going to leave you with this video, the question that I was asked by one of my brother here last time I was here. I'm going to leave you with this to encourage you guys that we are the solution. We, the people, we have power, all right? If we decide that enough is enough, we can actually change Africa, can actually come together and support our people. That's the link right there, and I'll share with you guys here. Let me just make sure that there's no ad or anything, so I'll share with you guys very soon. All right, so shout out to everybody here in the room, shout out to the team, shout out to you guys. Ami Ethiopia, she says, if I can, I'll assign President of Africa. You always talk about Africa the way I talk about Africa. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm already President of Africa. Yeah. We love you, brother. You're always welcome to Ethiopia. Thank you. That's from Mimi Tech. Hope your time there will be fruitful. Man, it has already started to be fruitful. I'm not here for a vacation, guys. Good job. We have respect for you, Elias. Appreciate. Mola, Kounians, my brother, because of you, love my country, Ethiopia. I have idea to learn Swahili language. Appreciate that. Very soon we are coming with a session of teaching Swahili. So I think you guys will love that. Meron Life, you say, welcome to Ethiopia. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love. So I'm going to share with you guys this video. I will end up with this video. And I hope you guys can enjoy. All right. Oh, can enjoy this video. I don't know why. My phone, when someone new is calling me, it's always muting. So, and I don't have any credit because I just got here to Ethiopia. So I don't have any credit. I cannot even call back. And he's trying to call me, but it's just muting all the time. Oh, I feel sorry for this guy who is finding me right now. I'm sorry. Whoever is finding me right now, I'm sorry. Just hit me. Just send me a message. I will know. All right. I wanna try the way that maybe this can work better. All right. Let me do this video file. Let me go to share with you guys video file and then see where is that video file. It might be too long, but guys, I got my okay, not that one. This one. Ship. Keep both. Okay. So that one. Okay, this one. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you, MC. So, Mika, my question is, How do you think that we are going to change Africa if the African leaders themselves don't rule Africa, because Africa is being ruled by the Western representative to Africa? Because now we know every country in Africa has a representative, and the president should report to the representative of that certain country. How are we going to change Africa if we don't rule it ourselves? Asante sana.
Asante sana. That's a good question. I'll say this, that power is in the people. For a long time we believed that power is in the leadership, and that's why we believe in Africa, right? When you look at president or leaders in Africa, it's like God. That's how much we respect and honor them. And when they make mistakes, we're disappointed. We don't want to go back to the countries. We hate the country because we don't like the leader. But it's wrong. You can hate the leader but still love your country. Power is in the people. Yes, leaders maybe they're not doing what they're supposed to do. You know, that's fine. They're not going to be there for a long time. But we as people, what are we doing? Because there are people who are doing amazing work outside the street. There are people, they have organizations. People, they have schools. They build some schools. People that we're working with in Swahili Nation, One Africa, they have an amazing projects going on. There are one family, I'll be talking to them maybe next Monday. They're Ethiopians, but you know what they do? They came all the way here and saving, do something to change society. If it is food, if it is starting orphanage or schools to support kids, building some houses for those homeless people that we see around the street all the time. That's the change you're bringing. Because I'm telling you, the change is not just about the building, but it's about people. When people are happy, people are united, I'm telling you, it's even easier job for leaders to do. If people are coming together united and bring the change that Africa needs, it's no longer belong to the leaders. You know, leaders, we send them there for them to work for us. But in Africa, when leaders do something good, we clap for them. Oh, you've done, well, thank you so much. No, they're supposed to thank us because people are the bosses. We're the one who choose them to be there. And it's the truth. But we're not ready to talk about that. When you become a leader, it's a responsibility to work for the people, not otherwise. And you have to be a servant leader. When you're a leader, it's not the time to wear a suit like the one I wear today. That's why I always wear a black t-shirt, guys. I have more than 15 different black t-shirts I always wear, and some people are criticizing me. Somebody commented yesterday, said, why you always wear gym clothes when you're in an event like this? You should wear official. So today I was like, okay, just for one day I'll wear a suit. But when you become a leader, in fact, those homeless you see on the street, that's how leaders are supposed to look like. Because they're not busy shopping for clothes. They're not busy sleeping, but leaders in Africa, they have belly and they're like this. No, you're supposed to be thin because you don't sleep. You're taking care of 100 million people. How can you gain weight? And while people are dying, how can you get a time to go on a vacation to United States or Dubai and take a picture how can you have that time? No, stay in your country, work for your people. You'll lose sleep. That's why you see some leaders, when you go to the leadership, you have to come out worse than the time you went in. That's the truth. Leadership is not easy. But these days in Africa, if you want to get rich, be a leader. What about people? So right now the change, guys, I'm saying this. The blame game is done. Let's stop blaming our leaders. They're not doing their part. You know, God is going to judge them to make change. We have to make that change. We have to speak out. And if they lock us up, man, our message will speak for itself. So guys, you just watch me. If you don't see me again, my message today, right now it's live on Swahili Nation One Africa. People will share about it and people will hashtag about it. I was still speaking even inside the grave. You cannot bury us. To finish up, Sankara said this: whoever feeds you controls you. That's what Sankara said, and it's true. It's true. We have to feed ourselves. Even if you sleep without having dinner, it's okay. You're not going to die. For a man, you can spend 5 days without eating anything and you won't die. For ladies, 7 days. That means ladies, you're stronger than men. That's just the truth. That's why I need a lady in my life. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, you're not going to die, but as long as you provide for yourself. Africa, we have to provide for ourselves, and there's nobody knows Africa than people. Because leaders, sometimes they just stay in the palace, in the White House, they don't even know the people. Sometimes, I'm not saying all of them, sometimes, but we know the people, we live with them, and we need to lift them up from the bottom up. And that's what we do in Swahili Nation One Africa. And the movement here, this is what you do, sir. Anyways, I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let me tell you this, guys. Darkness has no power. Darkness has no power at all. Like darkness, it has no power. Why? If you're in the deep darkness, all right, you don't see anything. You don't see where you're going. You don't see what is next to you. And then you just turn light. In 1 second, that darkness disappears. So do you understand the importance of light in the midst of darkness? Okay, on the other hand, if you have light, it doesn't matter how much there's a deep darkness, it doesn't matter, but you always see something as long as there's a light. This is to tell you that, guys, in the midst of darkness, there's these bright moments that happen, and our job is to focus on that. Sometimes, there'll be a time we'll talk about the issues and everything and the struggles that are happening and how can we get over this, and there'll be a time that we channel our energy and we channel our hearts to something good that is happening.